Let's now move on to data population, where we demonstrate how to submit SPRG records in CALPADS. There are two ways to submit SPRG records in CALPADS. First is the online maintenance process, which allows you to report one student at a time. It also allows you to edit data manually online in the CALPADS portal. Second is the faster batch upload process. Through batch upload, you are able to submit one or more student records in CALPADS using a batch file, which you extract from your SIS or create using the SPRG batch file template. You may upload the file to the CALPADS portal. Regardless of the process that you choose, the records sent to CALPADS or posted to CALPADS will be processed and validated the same way. We will now demonstrate how to report SPRG records to CALPADS using the online maintenance process. When adding a student program record in CALPADS for a student, you may go to Online Maintenance, Student Data, enter the student's SSID, and click on Search. You may also use the Quick Search SSID option on the left navigation section. And if you don't know the student's SSID, you can just search by demographics or search by enrollment. We now click on Search using the Search by SSID option. It brings us to the student detail section for the student. And at the top, it will reflect the student's most current enrollment information and most current demographic information. So by default, CALPADS expands the student enrollment container. So you can just minimize that and just click on student program container instead. Once the student program container is expanded, you will see a historical list of the student's program eligibilities or participation. Each program is listed and each has an open button which you could click to view a program. Note that if you've reported a program in CALPADS and have ownership of the record, you should be able to see the delete, cancel, validate. And you should be able to modify your records. If you do not own the record, as indicated by the reporting LEA in this section of the record, these buttons will be grayed out and you won't be able to edit the record that you didn't report anyway. That's how to view a record. And now if you want to add a new record, just click on the Add New Record button here. By default, the reporting LEA would be your LEA, and you just indicate the school of attendance. I am reporting the student with a program 181 record or free meal lunch. The membership start date would be the first day of school of the current academic year. Notice that there are additional fields that you may need to populate depending on the education program code that you indicate. Another slide is dedicated to that ahead of this demo. So I click on Validate, and the validation successful button or notification will appear. Just close that. Now you have the option to either go back and edit any information that you may have incorrectly reported, or if this is ready to be posted, just click on the Post button. You will now see the record that you've posted in the student program container. Now let's add another record to demonstrate the use of the other fields in the student program modal. So let's click on Add New Record. Again, let's select a different program. Let's choose Homeless. And the membership start date would be, let's say, August 3rd. And let's try validating without indicating any other fields. So you will get a validation error that the school of attendance is a required field. I guess we forgot that field, so let's use that. And let's see if there are other things that we might trigger. Okay, so since we reported a homeless program record, you are required to submit to indicate the dwelling type code, the runaway indicator, and the unaccompanied youth indicator. So let's just close out this access and go back and populate those missing fields. So for this student, the student is temporarily doubled up. The student is not unaccompanied, and he or she is not a runaway student. So we click on No, click on Validate, and hopefully the validation will be successful, which is the case here. So again, just a reminder, depending on the education program code you indicate here, you may be required to populate additional fields. Click on Post, and the homeless record is in CALPADS. So that's the way to report a program record using the online maintenance process. So as a recap, if you are adding a student program record manually online in CALPADS, there are additional program fields that are required to be populated depending on the education program code that you use. So for California Partnership Academy ID field, this is required if you chose the California Partnership Academy program code 113. Now, if you reported the student as Migrant Ed 135, then you have to populate the Migrant ID field. And remember, the Migrant ID is the 11-digit ID that starts with the 06. Now for Title I targeted program, you are required to populate the Education Service academic year and drop-down and Education Service code drop-down. And as you can see, for Homeless 191, you are required to populate the homeless dwelling type, unaccompanied youth indicator, and runaway indicator. The other method of reporting SPRG data to CALPADS is through the SPRG batch file upload process. Before we proceed in the demo process, let's first discuss some details about the SPRG batch file. CALPADS uses transaction type processing with the records uploaded to CALPADS. Records may be added, updated, deleted, or replaced when submitting the SPRG file. Here are the following formats acceptable in CALPADS. First is the CSV format. Second is the caret separated value format. Usually comes in a text file. And then your XML format and the Excel spreadsheet format or .xlsx. So here's the process of uploading SPRG batch file to CALPADS. First, at the CalPADS homepage, click on Upload View Submissions from the left navigation. Click on File Upload, and it should bring you to the File Upload page. Now select the file type as SPRG for Student Program. Indicate a job name. For this purpose, we use test. We now select the file that we want to upload. From your folder in your computer, select the file. And then once the file is selected, click on Upload Files. You will get a notification that the file upload was successful. Close this, and CalPADS should direct you to the View Submission page. At this page, you will need to click on Apply Filter to bring up the file that you just uploaded. Currently, the file is in queue. In a few minutes, this file status will then change to Ready for Review. Clicking on Apply Filters will then refresh the page and show you the status of the file being uploaded. Currently, the file is still in process. So you may come back after a while, maybe after 5-10 minutes, to check if the process is done. So after clicking on Apply Filter one more time, the status is now ready for review. To look at the details of this file, you can either click on View or the job name. As you can see, the file has 10 records that passed while 18 records rejected. So let's click on View. It should bring you to the View Submission Details section, where you have a summary of the file details. There are two tabs you will see. First is the View Errors and Warnings. The second is the View Post-Pass Records. The View Errors and Warnings should list the errors that triggered from the records that got rejected. So as you can see, you have multiple errors triggered by some of the records uploaded in this file. So if you want to look at the records that passed, click on the View Post-Pass Records and scroll down. You will see that the records have the indicated program codes and the SSIDs. So if you are satisfied with these records, you may go ahead and post the file. So click on Post All, or if you just want to exclude or post just select schools, you may check this box and either click on Post for any of these schools selected. Otherwise, if you want to post all of the records that pass, just click on Post All. Once posted, you will get a Post Request Successful notification. Remember, only the 10 records that passed were posted. The 18 records that were rejected will need to be re-uploaded to CalPADS.